Eva gives us a bit more info on level 6 of Impel down. Level 6 isn't even known about to the outside world. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're finishing up talking about the legendary greatness of Impel down. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So, where we left off, Luffy overcame an insane medical procedure that has a 2.5% chance of survival, and it's supposed to take 6 days in total before you're fully recovered. Luffy recovers in 20 hours. Eva finds out that Luffy's Pop is his boss dragon, and knowing that Luffy has dragon's DNA, Eva says that explains his superhuman vitality, meaning dragon has crazy vitality and is possible of pulling off similar feats of willpower as well, which also gives pretty good evidence that dragon has conqueror's haki too. Eva gives us a bit more info on level 6 of Impel down. Level 6 isn't even known about to the outside world. All throughout the series, whenever a 7 warlord is defeated or fired, they're put on level 6 of Impel down automatically, and the lowest non-7 warlord bounty we see on floor 6 is actually Ace with a bounty of 550 million. Scaling off of Ace, it means that there's a possibility that every prisoner on floor 6 must have at least a bounty of 550 million or higher, or be a warlord. Shiryu is a guard who was supposed to be equal in power to Magellan, but more experienced, and he was put on level 6 because he was killing prisoners for fun, which is more good scaling for saying Magellan is at least a top tier level combatant, because when this guy gets released, who's equal to Magellan, he instantly just becomes a top division commander for Blackbeard. A ton of these level 6 pirates end up joining Blackbeard in the future too. Eva reveals he was just chilling in Impel down and implies he really could have escaped just about any time he wanted to. He said Dragon is planning a massive war to overthrow the One Piece world government, and Eva was waiting for that battle to start before escaping Impel down. This massive battle against the One Piece world government is most likely the same final battle that Kaido, Doflamingo, and Whitebeard and Joy Boy have all referenced throughout the series. Check out my Gear 5 is Perfect video for more in-depth information on the Joy Boy prophecy. The Revolutionary Army is basically a giant group of good-hearted pirates that just focus on Luffy type stuff, like freeing countries, but the crew was just so gigantically fat that they were given their own entirely unique term, the Revolutionary Army. Luffy was so exhausted from the medical treatment he received from Eva that he could no longer walk, so Eva gives him adrenaline hormones that removes all of his fatigue for a full day. This Eva-Luffy dynamic is the same exact energy as the Kinemon Momonosuke dynamic that we see in the later arcs of One Piece, loyal officers protecting their boss's son. Eva has a very important power scaling statement here. When he finds out that Luffy wants to fight in Marineford to save Ace, he tells Luffy, "Bro, you're legitimately fodder, you're going to die out there." He states that the vice admirals, and the remaining warlords are all strong enough to defeat him easily. The only thing wrong about this is you could debate that Luffy might be stronger than Moria, but honestly even that's very debatable. To be fair, you can debate Eva's statement and say maybe Luffy could beat the weakest vice admiral, but based on feats in Marineford, this really does not seem to be true, because all throughout Marineford, Luffy gets low diffed by basically all the characters that Eva just mentioned. So and there's a lot more evidence saying that Luffy's weaker than all of the vice admirals at this point in the series, especially considering that all the vice admirals know haki and Luffy still does not even know what haki is. Also, this tells us that all of the CP9 are weaker than the vice admirals as well, and it shows that just because one character is hyping the strength of another doesn't mean that the hyped character is stronger than the one giving the hype, because a vice admiral during NES lobby hyped up Lucci and called him a monster, but based on statements and scaling, the vice admirals are stronger than Lucci anyway. Eva's strong enough to blow back numerous level 6 prisoners in their cells. Crocodile and Jinbei join the squad and they start going back up the levels to escape Impel down, and they recruit more pirates from level 5 all the way to level 1 as they go from floor to floor. Also, Crocodile got a lot stronger in prison because he performs a lot of feats that go way beyond what he was capable of when he first fought Luffy. Maybe he was doing Saitama's push-up routine while he was locked up in the Slammer, who knows. Luffy, Crocodile, and Jinbei all one-shot a Jailer Beast. They're all awakened Zone Fruit users, considered the same class as the Minotaur that throttled base Luffy and Bon Clay. Awakened Zones are revealed to have very advanced durability and recovery speed, which makes Luffy low-diffing Lucci in recent chapters even more impressive. Blackbeard shows up, talks some trash, scraps with Luffy, Jinbei saves Luffy from getting folded, and then they continue on their trek towards Marineford. Magellan comes back, Evil holds him off for a while but gets defeated pretty quickly. Magellan appears again, says he was holding back before because using his full power could destroy Impel Down, but he doesn't care anymore and starts using his stronger abilities. A combo attack from Luffy and Mr. 3 pushes Magellan back and gives them enough time to blast out of the front doors of the prison. Jinbei calls them whales, they land on the whales and are safe. They steal a ship and realize someone needs to stay behind to open the gates of justice. Chad Clay already stayed behind and decided in advance to sacrifice himself. This is one of the most epic moments in One Piece and gave me so much respect for Bon Bon. He sacrifices himself while the rest of the gang goes free to join the Marineford War. This scene where Bon Clay, super injured with a 0% chance of winning, squares up against Magellan, it's so dope and it completely redeems him from running away before. Bon Clay actually did this same thing back in Alabasta as well, when he sacrificed himself so that the Straw Hats could escape the Marines. Luffy makes history as he's the first man in all of history to break into Impel Down and then break out of Impel Down as well. But it's even wilder when you consider that Luffy broke into Impel Down, showed up by himself, and then left with a team of 241 powerful pirate prisoners following him and helping him. Shows Luffy is a different level of leader and he's just naturally built for leadership. Also, it was Eva's plan to release the prisoners as they go up the floors of Impel Down, but Luffy and Buggy are considered the leaders of the operation by the Marines, so the majority of the blame is put on them. Similar to what happens at the end of Whole Cake Island, with Luffy getting the lion's share of the credit for Bege's plan. Then, the crew sails off to Marineford to save Ace. But we'll continue with that and a lot more in the next video.